Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. BF, 27 meters, caught shining a red light on my 23F things in my closet. Reposted because I didn't put a too long didn't read in the original post and it got removed, then removed again for not enough detail. So, he stopped when I came in. It made a clicking noise when he stopped it. He wouldn't tell me what it was. Does anyone have any idea what this could be? I thought a camera, but I don't know why he was using this and not his phone. Our relationship is pretty much done and he is very angry and mean. He still has access to our place, and we haven't officially broken up. I am trying to extricate myself from him, but this type of behavior has me concerned and I'm treading carefully. TL, Dr. BF is spying on me? I'm really creeped out. Edit, just want to say thank you so much to everyone who commented helping me figure this out and reinforcing what I know to be true. It is past time to get away from him. I am definitely going to tread carefully because not knowing what he's capable of is actually more scary than anything he's done before. Thank you all so much for the support. Red lights can be used to reflect off hidden cameras. Maybe he put one in your closet and forgot where, or was seeing if you put one in there. It's seeming more and more likely that he thinks I planted a camera and he was trying to find it, which is insane. I'm really wondering what he has done that I haven't caught. He is legitimately losing it. Like, wow, thanks for commenting. These comments are really helping me process this. This seems really creepy. If you can do it yourself or have a friend that can do it for you, change your locks. It's a pretty cheap and easy fix for some extra protection. If he's recording you, he might have already made extra copies of your house keys. Also look for spyware on your phone or computer, and change your passwords ASAP. Exclamation mark. Good ideas. Scary because I don't know what that was and how far he's gone. I can't think of anything a red light might be used to find in a closet. I know they used to be used in certain darkrooms for like black and white film. It's possible he fell down a weird internet rabbit hole and it told him that red lights could reveal hidden cameras or something like that. I agree that it's concerning and do what you can to GTFO. Maybe, I wouldn't be surprised if he's researching stuff like that. Thank you. Was the room dark? As others have said, red lights are usually only used at night. That's all they're good for. If the light was maybe more purple, it could have been a black light, maybe using it to find bodily fluids on your clothes or something. Yes, it was dark in there. Maybe it was just a flashlight and he was hoping I wouldn't notice a light, as another commenter suggested, so he left it dark in there. I just don't know why he had a flashlight, versus just looking at my stuff. He knew I was home. Like, what will a flashlight reveal? Maybe he is spiraling that much that he thinks I'm hiding a camera or something. My head is spinning. Frown. I have been talking to friends all morning, because you all are right, I do need to leave. That's weird AF, to be honest. Be careful around him please. Thanks, I definitely will. My 27F, husband's 32M, friend, 26F, just died. I think he was in love with her. Please tell me if I'm overreacting or seeing things that aren't there. I guess that is possible, and that's why I post here. Oh, also we have been together for 7 years, married for 4. My husband had this co-worker/friend for about 3 years. Let's call her Helen. I did not know too much about her TBH. I know she joined his team at work and they started to become friends. They shared a hobby that I don't share and they sometimes met up for that. Sometimes one-on-one and sometimes with other co-workers. Just saw her a couple of times. I did get a jealous gut feeling, also because she was attractive and charming, sometimes, but there was no real evidence for something weird going on. And I have a bunch of male co-worker friends too who he was always cool with too, so I told myself there was nothing going on. I did not get the impression that they were overly close. It mostly just seemed like a mostly casual co-worker friendship. 2 weeks ago he got the news that she passed away in an accident. He actually had a day off and I was around when he got the phone call. He instantly became deathly pale and just collapsed and started screaming/crying. He is normally not a guy who expresses emotions strongly, surprisingly so it caught me by surprise, but if anyone would react emotional on hearing about a friend's death. And yet I now cannot stop comparing it to the time he learned of his actual brother's death a few years ago. The two were pretty close, but he reacted much less and barely shed tears. Anyway, that alone wouldn't mean anything, but afterwards a few things piled up that make me feel strange. I learned later from one of his co-workers that he immediately offered to adopt Helen's daughter. She was a single mother. He has not told me about this or consulted me beforehand. However, apparently it is already decided who the daughter will go to anyway. He has written to her parents and asked them for something to remember her by. I saw an email from an artist indicating he has commissioned him to paint a portrait of her. Since her death he has barely been eating or sleeping and seems to be in extreme grief altogether. He starts crying multiple times every day and is barely able to function. I would expect this level of grief after the death of a family member/spouse, not necessarily after a casual friend like she seemed to be, especially from him. To be honest, maybe I would think less like this if our marriage hadn't felt a little loveless in a while. He just does not seem overly interested in me anymore since 1 or 2 years. We still have sex and he kisses/cuddles me, but it seems mechanical. I felt like he has been distracted by something and wasn't really actually seeing me most of the time. So how the hell do I handle this? Do I shut up and just try to work on reviving our marriage? If there was nothing going on and he is truly just grieving a friend, I would of course look like a total asshole if I bring this up in any way. _TL, Doctor, husband's co-worker/friend died, and from his reaction I feel like he was in love with her. What do I do? The portrait, adoption, and reaching out to her parents are all super weird. We all process grief and emotions differently, but it might be worthwhile discussing it with him. Don't phrase it like this is just a gist. No offense, but commissioning a portrait, offering to adopt her daughter who you probably weren't that close to, and then bothering her parents for an item are all pretty weird for a work friend. How about counseling so you can process your grief in a productive way? I was ready to defend him and say men can go through grief etc., but him offering to adopt her kid and commissioning a portrait is what puts it into weird territory. Hey, op, there is a lot of great advice here, but I just wanted to make sure to highlight this. To be honest, maybe I would think less like this if our marriage hadn't felt a little loveless in a while. He just does not seem overly interested in me anymore since 1 or 2 years. We still have sex and he kisses/cuddles me, but it seems mechanical. Felt like he has been distracted by something and wasn't really actually seeing me most of the time. Have you talked to your husband about this? Now may not be the best time, but you may want to consider sitting him down and talking to him about this at some point. Maybe marriage counseling would help too. Wow, the people in these comments are being way too forgiving. This is your husband and he literally has talked about adopting another woman's child without your consent. WTF. You need to talk to him and figure out what's going on. Regardless of the grief, the things that he has done are not okay. You are his wife and he is not being respectful of you or your partnership and has crossed so many lines. It's unacceptable. You've got 2 separate issues to deal with here. Start with the red flags and then move on to the grief portion, right? Everyone is like, yeah, maybe offering to adopt her kid is a little excessive, but we all process grief differently. Nah. This whole thing is fucking weird. This married man screamed in grief when his co-worker died, and now he wants her kid, wants a portrait of her, and wants something physical to remember her by. The fact that he was in love with her is as clear as day. I'm sorry. It sucks to see the man you love grieving so badly, but I imagine it's even harder to see him grieving the loss of the other woman. Dude, I see people saying this could be normal, but him getting a portrait, offering to adopt her daughter, and contacting her parents is way too much. That isn't normal, sorry. My 25 meters mother, 56F, is freaking out because a 34F woman has been flirting with me. So to keep it as short as I can, I'm a young single dad. I met a single mom a bit older and we began hanging out for play dates. We've gotten every flirtatious and even have made out. My mother knows I've been hanging around her and is freaking out because she thinks it's too dangerous I be with a woman so much older with kids. She's been through a divorce. Mom won't stop bothering me about it, but I'm drawn to the woman. She's very kind, ambitious and attractive. I don't know what to do anymore. I have a degree, but only make 15 an hour while I sat at home and pay down my loans. I miss my freedom and I miss having someone. I'm not sure what to do anymore. TL, doctor, mom is freaking out because I've been hanging out with an older woman. I'd probably tell your mom less about your love life. You're a 25-year-old adult man. Why is your mum so involved in this? Here's a tip. Don't tell your mother anything about your love life if you don't want to. None of her business. If you like this woman, go for it. The age difference isn't bad at all and you both have kids. Don't know what to do? Date the people you want to date, and tell your mom to butt out. You're 25, not 18. Ignore your mom and do what is best for you and your child. You're a 25 years old single dad. Why are you living for your mother's approval still? Yeah, I get that if you're living at home, you have to walk a line, but still. She can have rules like no overnight visits in her house, that's fine, but she can't make rules on your love life. I think your mom is freaking out more because she's afraid that you and this 34F are gonna hit it off and you'll move out. Have you always lived at home? Does your child/Ren live with you? Is she perhaps concerned that she won't be able to see her grandchildren as much? If so, you have to just assure her that no one's going anywhere anytime soon. And even if things do go well and you and 34F hook up permanent like, she should think of it more like not losing a son and her existing grandchildren. She's gaining a daughter and however many new grandchildren.